and all of a sudden the rumor might be completely different. So
Yep. Yeah. Shit sucks. Any case, welcome to the Sonic Movie Show. My name is Ethan. I'm with Devin here. We're doing something very fun today. Say hi, Devin, to the crowd out there. All these people.
Sonic is the captain. I wish I was programmed to laugh.
Who says that?
Rusty Rose.
I never watched that show, Sonic Prime. I think that's what that is.
I didn't realize her whole body's a robot, which makes me question, is it really Amy? Or is it just, her eye's also a robot, so I'm like, is it just her head? Is her brain in there? Or is it some, like, fucked up thing where, like, your consciousness is in a computer chip kind of thing?
Maybe it's like our Resident Evil Grand Prix episode where Eggman's stuck in a computer and the horror of that. Maybe Amy's going through that in the show. I should probably just binge through that. You know what I mean? But today we're going to be
maybe
doing
something I should put on. I was going to say I should put it on during work or something. You know what I mean? Just have some context. Because if one of these days we're going to have like a hater. I'm imagining like a hater who listens to every episode. Those are the best haters. They listen to everything.
But then they don't leave.
They just shit talk you.
Yeah.
And they don't leave.
Yeah, which is funny because they're that mad at your opinion about, a character being S rank when they should be F rank on a tier list. And you're so upset at that existing, and you somehow find it somehow official enough that like you just hate them more and you don't want to leave. Today's episode of the Sonic Movie Show, we are going to be ranking Sonic characters. We are going to be ranking Sonic video game characters. I got 41 of these fuckers out here, and we're going to be ranking them together based off...
There is 41.
There's 41. I counted them.
The three, I guess you could say, like, lines of them. When my brain sees that, I'm like, there's 15.
I definitely see less than 41. You're right. Yeah.
I'm like, it's maybe 30.
Show the folks what we're doing here. You're going to want to watch this on YouTube if you're not already. Hi, YouTube folks. This is kind of what we're dealing with right now. Let me function 11 to get this full screen here.
Unless you have really good memory. I'd be impressed if you could, like, memorize, be like, oh, they said this for E rank. There's some smart people out there.
People had to do that with our old Chronicles of Diesel episodes where we didn't show it on screen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
I had to really remember. That's all why I was reading them out loud.
Things that we ranked.
We have 41 characters here. They are currently sorted alphabetically. We are going on a first fit design ranking. So we're going to be looking at these characters.
First drip.
Well, first fit, is alliterate or alliterative.
Oh, I thought you meant like this is their first outfit. Like this is.
Yeah.
Their first appearance. I mean, it's the first appearance. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Now, some of these characters we know, dear and well, and we love them a lot, like perhaps Sonic the Hedgehog. Maybe you've heard of him. But there are characters that, like, we've never heard about. I don't really know who Amy Rose is. I don't know who that is. I guess she's like a pink Sonic. She's like Sonic's mom or sister. I don't know. There's some characters that
that'd be an awesome retcon that, like, the next Sonic game, Amy's just Sonic's mom.
That would be
Or you
awful.
play as Sonic Jr.
What would his name
be?
Sonic Jr. Or like would he have?
Oh yeah, Sonic seems like that kind of, like he's always been kind of cocky. He seems like that kind of cocky. He's like, I want to name my son after me.
Like Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or like Mario.
And that kid's gonna be and that kid will be insufferable in school.
Probably. My dad is the
my dad's
hedgehog
Sonic
alive.
I might be faster.
Yeah.
I might be faster.
I average about 5 touchdowns a game, so am I the Trip King or am I just rizzed up by Lizzie or whatever that dude said? Yeah,
Baby Gronk or whatever. Yeah.
Dude,
I don't even get it.
And I don't know. I think the idea is just that that TikTok, the man in it is so fucking weird, and he's playing it so like it looks like he actually cares about an 8-year-old.
I'm getting to the point.
Football.
I'm realizing I'm getting older because like I don't get it. You know what I mean? Like it's that straight Zoomer stuff that I'm like, I get like half of it. I get what Riz means. Okay, I figured that out. But like, it means having like charisma, like having a lot of charisma. I only learned it like a week ago, to be fair.
Sure. That's probably when it was made.
Maybe. But yeah, it's just like my brother will send me stuff sometimes. I'm like, this, I get it, but like I also don't. Like, what is like he'll send me a video that's like 10 hours of Patrick Star going lee lee lee, and that's it.
I get
I'm
it,
like,
but why?
someone made this.
Yeah.
Someone
Yeah.
made that.
It is what it is. We're going too old, and I fucking hate it. All these characters' first appearances. We like I said, we might not know what their deal is, but we can see with our own eyes who they are like. So to help people along as well, I also have a little aid over here I will drag in when applicable. We have a folder of all of these characters' images. We're on
Thank God you have the
tiermaker.com.
names.
I know. I don't have them written down, but I remember their names. So we're going to start, simply put, with Amy Rose as seen in Sonic CD, her official first outing. Apparently this came from a manual for Sonic CD, where this art came from. Here's the thing. We should probably talk about what our rankings mean. We have S, A, B, C, D, F. I kind of viewed this like how we do the Sonic movie shows movie tiers, where like A and S are basically the same. S just has unstoppable magic to it that just puts it above and beyond. But it's kind of like a 5-point scale with just a star.
There's a 5.5.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of like that. So like A is amazing. B is like really good. We have a graded curve there. You know what I mean? But like B is like pretty damn good. C is kind of boring. D is bad. F is offensive, I feel like. Do you kind of agree with that?
Yeah.
How we should
so
do
is
that
there
for
an
this?
E? There's not. Is there an E?
There's no E. Do we have an E on Sonic Movie Show? I don't think we have an E.
Do we? I don't remember.
Now I'm self-conscious. I just acted as if I really knew it. We don't have an E.
Let me look. Regardless,
Or maybe there's no F and it's an E instead. Because I know we have 6. We have 6. I'm pretty sure. No, maybe we have 7. I don't know.
We do have an E.
Fuck.
It's S, A, B, C, D, E, F. So add an E to that.
I will add an E to that.
Yes, because it's
E.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. We said that F is 0 points for our movie rankings. For our fantasy football of video game movies.
Damn. Okay. We have an E. E is, but we do have an F.
E is awful, and F is for like racist. So hopefully none of them.
F is offensive. E is awful.
I don't think any of them will make
C
it
is
just
boring.
on face value.
Wait, no. Now where did D go? I got rid of D. God damn it.
You can always refresh.
Above. What the fuck? E?
I'm good. I have S, A, B, C, D, E, F. I just worked my way
All
down.
right. I'm good.
Okay.
S, A, B, C, D, E, F. All right. And E, for whatever reason, is like the row is darker color. Sure. Okay. We're going to start with Amy Rose. I feel like she's pretty good. I feel like this design...
I'm going to say this. I think this is... I've seen a couple iterations of Amy. This design goes hard. Very 90s with the color palette. I love the little fluff in the hair. She looks
I noticed
cute.
that, true. Because
I just love that green shirt, orange dress, and the blue.
she also actually has the hedgehog spikes. Because correct me if I'm wrong, but modern day Amy Rose has her spikes down like it's a haircut. She actually
Almost like
has
closer
the
to
spikes.
Knuckles, if anything.
Yeah. Almost. And I think Knuckles' idea
I
is
think
more
this-
like dreads, honestly.
Like,
Than just
and I know
hair,
it's
but
like the
yeah.
picture you took, but like since it's an illustration, I think that helps too. It just looks more vintage. Like honestly, this on a T-shirt just by itself would just go hard. Like that's drip right there.
Sure.
So,
I like the
if anything,
overdone
she's giving me
shoes.
Riz.
Her ankles are her legs are way too small for the size of that shoe. Same thing with the gloves.
Big
but I think
feet,
that
because
adds
she has
to
big
it.
feet.
She has big feet. Exactly.
She's a little self-conscious about it, and you had to bring it up.
Exactly. I'm sorry. No, the green and the orange on a pink character with blue shoes should be bad, but I'm not against it. I feel like this is a solid B. What are you at?
I'm saying A. Like I have
You're
no,
saying
like
A?
I have no critiques for this really. If anything, I would say S, but you said B, so I was feeling a little bad about
If
myself.
I
So I
were
put
to
it A.
throw out a critique, I don't like the
You said her
orange.
legs, but that's
I don't like the orange shoelaces. I feel like the shoes should have just been blue with the white, sneaker
no. I
tip.
think isn't that white there?
That's the tongue.
Or I guess that's the tongue. That's the tongue.
Yeah. It's the tongue, even though the shoe just is completely circular.
Maybe if the
with
laces were
blue.
green, I guess, but
Or just non-existent. Because none of the other characters have laces.
slip-ons.
Exactly.
If she was wearing Crocs, that'd be kind of cool.
Well, they didn't even have Crocs back in the 90s.
We only had soaps.
We didn't have soaps quite when Sonic. That's right. We don't have soap shoe Sonic in here. We have other Sonics, so you know what I mean.
Oh
All right.
yeah, that's gonna be a negative.
We're between A and B. I feel like
I mean, I said I was gonna go S, but I said A because I felt bad.
we can go A. I'm okay with going A.
Let's give everyone like more respect.
All right. How
in this
about we
run.
want to do this? Whenever we come to a difference of one, so like you say A, I say B, we always go with the higher.
Yeah, we're being
Fuck it.
nice.
Okay. Next up,
Come on.
we have Big the Cat from Sonic Adventure. Now,
Oh,
this
hell
man
yeah.
has 2 articles of clothing. 3. I guess he has gloves. Everyone has gloves. He has sandals and he has a belt. Now, what I like about 90s belts and cartoon characters, I'm talking about my Klonoas and the like, is the really big, like, overdone, like it's through the loop and there's a lot left hanging over. He didn't tuck that in the pant,
He did
little
not
strap.
tuck.
It's hanging out there and it's I didn't mean it like that. It's hanging out there and it's big. The cat.
Big
I
is
didn't- I
hanging,
really
dude.
didn't mean it like that. Now, I will say I have a bias to this particular art style, the Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, and it goes on into the advanced and all that era. 99 and early 2000s Sonic Adventure era 2D art. I really like this art style stuff. So I will probably always find these more appealing than any of the other types. That being said, I feel like his design is simple. If we take away the stripes, he's just purple. You know what I mean? I feel like without them, he kind of
His arms, the way it's drawn here, his arms almost look like he's wearing a shirt, like a long sleeve shirt that is under his.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's my big critique. Like, and they have like some texture to him. He doesn't look like a cat. He looks more like
He's a really big cat.
like he has like he's wearing a shirt of some kind. Makes me question if he's even a cat at all, or not maybe a man in a suit. You know what I mean? Like it gives me more of a mascot vibe.
Now,
I don't
that
like the
being
gloves
said,
either.
Well, I think they're meant to be more of like fisher working gloves. He does accessorize. He shows up with his fishing pole. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. No bait though.
No bait, but maybe it's a
Yeah, we could see.
Yeah. Man loves to fish. I like his flat tail. I personally, well, I like the fact that the character is memeable in the sense that he's big, dumb, and kind of just stands there and he just likes fish and leave him
And
alone.
he's hanging, and we know he's hanging.
He's big and he's hanging. I don't find him all that interesting, and I don't necessarily think that his design is all that inspiring.
He
I
gives
think
me more of a Pokemon vibe, honestly. This drawing specifically, but
if you were to take away the clothes, I would say yeah, and make the fishing rod somehow like a
Or a
like an
Digimon.
appendage. Yeah, I would
actually,
go.
now that I think about it, let me look. Digimon. There's
I
like
would
one
go-
Digimon that kind of looks like him.
Who is this?
Nah, it's a stretch. You know that one with the horn and the 4 arms? I don't know his name. Digimon.
Dude, I didn't
4
watch
arms.
Digimon all that much.
No, not
Digimon with the 4 arms.
Digimon original. Like he's from part of the original. Digimon original. Come on. Why is it so hard to look up Digimon?
The fake news media wants you to not see the Digimon with the 4 arms.
Yeah, see, we're being censored by Pokemon Ganda.
Yeah. Well, there is that bias. Digimon's basically erased because people like Pokemon. You know what I mean? People don't want to admit that Gex the Gecko outsold Banjo-Kazooie because of that Nintendo bias.
I don't know the name of them, but uh, here's like
This is
half of a
great
photo of him.
podcasting.
Yeah, this is fantastic. I'm sending it to you
All right,
right
I'll
now
pull
on
it up.
Discord. That guy. I don't know his name. He's from
This guy.
the original
I
There's
mean,
not like a list
I
of Digimon.
guess.
Can't find it.
I guess maybe.
You see what I see? I think it's a stretch, but in my head it kind of worked.
Maybe. I think Big the Cat is a C. I don't really feel like he's
Okay,
all that
yeah.
inspiring. I feel like he's kind of boring. So if we're in agreement, C for Big the Cat. Now, we're moving on to Blaze the Cat. We move from Big the Cat to Blaze the Cat.
Blazing now.
Originally from Sonic Rush, but we know her best from Sonic 2006. I will say this, I really like her design. I like the fact that they've kind of done a hairstyle-like thing with the naturalness of her animal skin and fur by having her own like kind of like back things tied up like a ponytail. I like her coat. I kind of look that even though I mean she's clearly purple, so she has some sort of tights on. It's not like one of those animal characters that just wears a shirt and that's it. I like her. I don't really find it interesting when we have heels on a character that's supposed to be running around really fast, but like I think it works. I like this design.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I have really no critique. And Blaze wasn't too bad in Sonic 06. Took me a little bit to like learn how to play as her, but she kind of saved the world too, so I think that deserves some credit.
True. And I don't really know what like the gem on the forehead is. I don't know if that's supposed to mean anything. I didn't play Sonic Rush on the DS. So I don't know if it was supposed to be from that or something like that.
Yeah, and I like the heels. Because if you look at them, they're kind of like Sonic shoes, but heel versions.
Right. Well, I think Sonic Rush, she's an alternate dimension version of Sonic. So instead of Chaos Emerald, she has like her own gems that she needs, and she has a Super Blaze or whatever. So like, yeah, I think the shoe parallel was supposed to be like connected. I'm gonna throw this out there. I think this is our first S, but I'm willing to jump down to A.
I'm in a good mood. Let's put S.
S rank it is. Shit, I gotta like move this off. All right. Our next character is just the Chow. Now, granted, there's different versions of Chow.
But this
I
is
just
original.
put one on there. It's the basic Chow. This is your normal Chow. This is your Chow Chow.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's cute. They're cute. I've always liked the floating ball above their head.
Yeah, I want to know how that works. Like,
and how it turns into a
canonically.
question mark or an exclamation mark, or just that weird zig, that little spiral of like, I don't like
Yeah.
what's going on. The blank expression can sometimes not be cute. Just this
yeah, I feel like
staring off
if
into
it had a
space.
if Chow had a mouth, like even like a little just a little line, I think that might have added more to it. Because imagine if you woke up in the middle of the night and you saw us sitting in the corner of your room. That'd be scary. That wouldn't be cute. You know what I mean? I get
Yeah.
like.
To be fair, if
a lot
I
of
saw
things
Big
can be
the
scary
cat
in
in the
that
corner of my
situation.
room in the middle of the night, I would also be scared. Because if he's big and it's hanging out, I don't know. You know what I mean?
I mean, the colors are pretty good. Gives
The
me a little bit of
wings
an
are
Easter
weird.
vibe, like very Peeps color.
Yeah.
You know.
A lot of. I don't know if this.
If anything,
is
I'm
necessarily
actually like I
pastel,
want to
but
eat
yeah.
the Chow. I think I want to eat the
Jesus.
Chow.
You heard it here first.
I mean, the
Chow's
Chow
up
looks
on
like
the
he's made
menu.
of. I think he's made of marshmallow.
He definitely
what I
looks
mean?
soft and
Like if you poked him,
spongy almost.
it would just. Yeah,
Yeah.
it would kind of. There'd be some resistance though. Like it isn't like ain't like one of those like stress ball things that you can like squeeze. I don't think it's that. It looks like he could be that, but I don't think he is.
He looks like if you were to try to use him as a stress ball, he would like stay in that shape after the first squeeze and then slowly come back, and you'd feel bad about it.
but you'd have to really squeeze it.
Yeah, you'd have to like
Luckily,
really
it's not
around
one of
the
those
neck.
ones where you
eyes
squeeze
come
it in the
out.
eyes.
Yeah. What are you thinking for him?
I feel like
where are
B.
the chows going? B?
Like this is solid, but like I'm not blown away either. But it's not disappointing or anything like that. If that makes
Yeah.
sense. I don't know if a design I could already preemptively see is
He's
disappointing, but
they're B. They are. I don't even think they have gender. They're just chows. Speaking about something that's chows, if you pronounce it like some way different, you get chaos because they're spelled the same way. Chaos, the villain from Sonic
which
Adventure, but he is his
honestly,
own
like
design.
I kind of wish there was a chows, you know, this is chaos, but chows and then chows with a Z.
Oh, yeah, the evil version.
Missed opportunity. Yeah.
Exactly. I think Chaos's design sucks. I've never understood it. I swear the only, and maybe this is written
It's supposed to be
somewhere,
water, right?
and I think
Kinda
the
like
only
a goo.
reason why he looks this way is because the Dreamcast could do cool water. I swear that is only the only reason why he looks that way. And you know what? I don't even think he's all that impressive in the game. Granted, we're looking at a render of him from Sonic
Mhm.
Adventure DX, so the director's cut on GameCube. Um, I don't think he's all
I
that
like. I mean,
interesting.
I like the green eyes. He's definitely weird. He's definitely gonna be one of our weirder characters on our list.
Yeah. And we're just talking about the
But I
basic
question.
form, because remember, he has different
Yeah.
forms for the other bosses. This is just the regular one, but I'm not
I
impressed.
don't know how I feel about the tail that's kind of looking to grab me. I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't think that's a tail. I think that's his left arm reaching down and forward.
Oh, it looked like it was coming from behind him a little bit. I think that's a negative then. It's hard to see like how he's
Yeah.
like foundationally.
Yeah.
But I do like the green eyeballs. But yeah, he looks like he's either water or some weird like
And you know,
goo.
we don't want to put their actions on blast here as a part of the rankings, but he did cause essentially a 9/11 type scenario.
But did they deserve it?
We don't know that.
See,
We
we
don't
don't
know
know the like the reasons that
Yeah.
happened, really. We don't know what his situation was
God,
beforehand, so it's hard for
remember
me
when
to
you beat Chaos in Sonic Adventure, and even though the city's flooded and destroyed, they're like, "We saved it. We saved everyone." Like
They literally
they
did
are
the
all
SpongeBob
dead.
meme.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
We saved the city.
God. Woof.
I'm kind of feeling like
I'm feeling.
I feel like
D.
it's D. Yeah.
D. Okay.
I don't want to cuz like I like his kind of weird kaiju form that he has at the end, but
But that's
we're
not
grading
what
him
we're
on
ranking.
this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we have Charmy the Bee. First appeared in
Mhm.
Knuckles Chaotix. He was eventually later in Sonic Heroes as a playable character, and he showed up in like Sonic Forces or whatever. This is his original design. I think this is terrible.
This is I hate it. It's just Sonic wearing
weird.
like a bicycle helmet that has. Honestly, he's just trying to be Kamen Rider.
Okay, I can kind of get that. Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it's Sonic
Like,
if
I
he
don't-
wanted to be Kamen Rider.
He's a bee, so I have a feeling that that's not a helmet, but it's clearly meant to look like one. And it's probably just goggles that come down that don't fit over his eyes.
It's Sonic's face. I just can't see it.
He has shoelaces, which I hate on a Sonic character. So
I feel like
that.
bugs don't wear shoes. Just like
They don't
that's
need
like
to,
a
they can
rule.
fly. The
I
bee.
feel like that should be a rule in cartoon. Like even the B movie got that down. I'm pretty sure they just have like just feet. You know what I mean?
Also, I just want to point out, I grabbed this from a render from Knuckles Chaotix. The other three
Oh, I just
characters in that
noticed it
game
too.
are holding a ring,
I
yet
see
the
it.
ring is
I saw it
behind his
too.
hand. I didn't do this.
Lazy. That's lazy.
Charmy the Bee,
Sorry.
you're getting. I would put this
E.
down in the D. You want to put this in E?
We haven't said one positive thing as E. We at least gave like Chaos like his green eyes are kind of cool. You know what I mean? I think E's got to be like bad, awful, right? That's what we said.
Yeah.
It's not offensive, luckily.
Yeah, I'm not against
You know?
that. I'm okay. I agree. Charmy the
It's
Bee
Sonic.
is E.
It's Sonic the Hedgehog wearing a weird bee
But he
outfit.
sucks.
That's all it is.
Now, we talked about the Chow and how, they're a basic little cute design with wings, and, he's
What
got a
the
little
fuck
thing on
is
his
this,
head. Now we have Chip from Sonic Unleashed.
I don't think I've seen this.
I fucking
don't
hate
know
this
if-
guy. He sucks. He's annoying.
He pisses me off already.
He's like Tinkerbell sized. next to Sonic, maybe a little bit bigger. So he's a little fairy guy. He feels like someone Mary Sued themselves into Sonic because he's like the key to saving the world, but he doesn't know it, and blah blah blah. And I fucking hate him. He's
He looks
annoying.
like someone. He looks like a game show host of like, but the worst game show of all time.
His wings suck. He's got like a ball or a bell. Oh, I think that was meant for the story. I think that's like a key or something, but he doesn't know. I hate his fluffy hair. I don't even know what he's supposed to be.
At least he's not wearing shoes. Because if he was wearing shoes, I think that would make it worse. So that's one positive. Not wearing shoes when he wouldn't fit.
Sure. Not wearing shoes. Okay.
Yeah, he looks like he belongs on like America's Got Talent.
Ugh.
I don't know why. I don't know what's telling me that, but it's that smile with the hair and like the pose, I think too. Like I feel like this is like a promotional.
I think there's a reason
like,
why he never came back. Not even in like Sonic Generations or Forces where like everyone's back to just a cameo. He feels like, yeah, he is just a forgettable American Idol finalist. You know what I mean? He feels like that. I want to
Something
put
like
him
that.
down in E, personally.
Yeah, I don't care. Whatever.
You're supposed to care. That's why we're doing the episode. Okay. We have 2 E's so far, the only double up. Next up, we have Cream the Rabbit with her Chow friend, Cheese.
Cream of the crop, some might say.
Now, she first appeared in Sonic Advance 2, which I owned and played. I liked that. She was the easier character because I think she had like a hover type thing. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't really remember. I think her design is pretty cute. Now,
It's solid. I think it's solid. Like, it definitely is that 2000s vibe in terms of the drawing and whatnot.
the outfit, I mean, she's got that like women's school girl tie thing.
It kind of looks like from the Flintstones there, the...
No!
You know what I mean?
Betty Rubble, orange outfit. No!
You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. That's what I see. That's my one negative.
I think the shoes are pretty good.
Well, it could be Betty dressed up. Like I said, that my
yeah.
theory is actually everyone's a mascot.
Maybe. I like the fact that she doesn't have her ears up. You know what I mean? I feel like rabbit characters that have
For
their
some
ears
reason,
up.
I thought you were gonna say I like that she doesn't have her ears pierced.
I don't care. Well, honestly, I'm not that big into piercing, but ears, I don't know. I don't feel like I would have anything against that.
Honestly, if she did have a piercing though, that could be a little edgier.
Could be.
They should have made her goth. I think.
I think she's
that's my
also.
personal
I think
opinion.
she's supposed to be younger than the other Sonic characters, though.
Make her wear all black. And
Yeah.
give her some piercings.
And
she could be she could
put
be
her
edgier
wallet
than
on a
Shadow.
chain. You know what I mean?
Dude, yeah.
And again, I like the fact that her ears are down because I feel like rabbit characters that have their ears up are often seen as aggressive. Now, I don't know if we should count Cheese, her Chow friend, a part of it or not. She is in
I
the
thought
render.
that was just...
But I'm just going to
Chow.
throw that out there. If the regular Chow image was Cheese, I would put him in an A because he's got a bow tie. And I think that's
And he has a
adorable.
mouth.
And it kind of looks like he's got a dick. But I think that's supposed to be a tail.
He should be wearing pants if that is the case.
He should be wearing pants. I think she is a B overall.
Yeah. I think, like I said, I think she'd be an A perfect if she was goth, like wearing like a Slipknot shirt or something. But I think B's pretty good for this.
Slipknot, huh? I would actually see maybe it's just the tan coloring,
Korn.
or I guess cream.
She's definitely
coloring
listening
of
to
the
new
hair.
metal.
I was gonna say something. I was gonna say more of like maybe not necessarily Foo Fighters, but Nirvana at the very least. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. I think
I
we're
don't
on
know. She
B.
seems like a smoker. That's also pretty cool.
She's going B. All right. Now we have your favorite guy. We have Q-Bot from Sonic Colors, Lost World. I don't know if he was in Forces.
Oh, he's been in multiple things. Interesting.
He's not in Frontiers. He's in the cartoons, but we're going to ignore the cartoons. He's a dumb guy, and you can tell because they really wanted to make him look like he's confused and dumb.
To me, it looks like he's trying to snap his neck.
I hate it.
I don't want to exist. Eggman,
It is
why'd
weird.
you
He's
make
trying
me?
to do the like I'm so confused, so I'm scratching my chin and my head, top of my head.
But like
it's-
the way the angle is, it
like
looks
he
like
doesn't
it's,
need
he's-
to reach around and then also,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It does kind of look like he's just trying.
I think it's got to be, if you're making him look confused, I think it's got to either be either one hand on the chin or one on the top
Just
of the head.
one
with
hand.
the slight tilt. But two makes it look like he's trying to he's trying to snap his head off.
Now he is able to kind of compact himself into a cube shape. I like
Looks
the
like
fact
a
that he
box
doesn't
from
have
IKEA.
legs. Yeah, I like the fact that like they didn't decide to give him legs. You know, he's a cube. I think they just float around. So whatever, but
There is
you know.
reflections, by the way, on his arms. That's pretty good.
Yep. And you know, on his glossy head, I like how his gloves have more of a rubbery texture, but his main body is glossy. You know, or at least the yellow is. I don't know. I think he's a C.
That's what I was thinking. Like, he made me laugh. So
Yeah,
that's
because
something.
you thought he was trying to commit suicide.
No.
All right, Q-bot the C. Now we might have the Drip King. We'll see if we agree on this.
One of the
Dr.
goats, honestly.
Eggman / Robotnik in his Sonic 1 appearance. I love this design. I also like the Sonic Adventure
Peak.
1 and 2 and even later designs, but I really like this design. Obviously, we know the history of Teddy Roosevelt inspiration, how a character like this design was originally supposed to be the main character. For
Always
a game.
carry a big stick.
Yep.
Famous Eggman quote.
Yep. Famous Big the Cat reference. He's got that big stick. You're not going to laugh at that?
And Eggman loves national parks as well.
He does. He likes making ones about himself. That's true. I really like this design. I feel like this is
This
an
to
A.
me is S.
You think S? Well, sell me on the S.
Iconic. Classic. Like, I don't know. Just like, to me, he's half of what like makes Sonic cool to me. Like Eggman's first original design, and I love my hand drawn like 90s look to this. I love his gaping mouth. He's a little bit crazier that way.
You know what I would
I love the
describe this
anime
as?
glasses. He's shiny, bald head.
Yep. He's got that glisten. If we were runaway judges, he's fearless. He's got confidence.
Mm-hmm.
He knows what
'cause
he got, and he's showing it proudly.
Mhm.
I'm with you. Dr. Robotnik / Eggman is
He's
S
gotta
rank. He is S rank. Now,
He's the king. He's the
Dr.
goat.
Robotnik has done a lot of bad things, including trying to kidnap our next subject, Elise, Princess of Soliana. I hate her in general, but she represents a bad game with a bad story. I don't think we can really... I don't know if we want to count this or not, because we're talking mainly about first renderings. In the game, her legs are orange because they had trouble trying to do like the tights on her, the stockings, you know what I mean, on her legs. Because
Interesting.
it's not like she has tan legs. She is white.
Right.
She's very pale. But in the game, you remember, her legs are just
She's
orange.
Irish, actually.
Yeah, is she Irish? I mean, maybe.
That's
Got a
canon.
lot of freckles. And I mean, she really fucking hates the Prime Minister of UK and the Queen of England. And we can go into stereotypes, but we're going to stop there, probably.
Make sure to put a stake in her heart, and so she never comes back. Whatever that old
yeah.
lady says about Margaret Thatcher. That's one of my favorite quotes. That one interview with the old lady.
Now, I'm not going to add this into consideration. I will point out, when I was grabbing all these images, this one was like several thousands of pixels tall. I had to really shrink it down to fit into this 500 by 500
interesting.
square. Yeah.
This is HD.
This is super HD. I've seen this a few times.
4K.
Where like, yeah, I go to grab a render of like, say, Metroid Dread Samus and different renderings, and like it's 15,000 by 15,000. I'm like, wow. But they did it here with.
So
with
you had
Elise.
you just had like her foot on your screen, then
It was essentially like the kind of the diamond shape on.
you're
the
making
dress
sure no one was
pop.
watching because you gotta shrink it. It was a little awkward. Yeah.
No, it's a sign. Sign. Quick cover up Bruce the Bat. I think she's boring. All right, fun fact. When I was first playing Sonic Adventure 2 Battle on my Nintendo GameCube, I believe I was at my grandparents' house when I first played the first Knuckles level, and in that
Hmm.
level, he has the Knuckles raps, and Knuckles' rap is called Wild Canyon, called I
Right.
think Kick It or Kick the Rock for Wild Canyon, and in it Knuckles raps about meeting Rouge, and she said, "Oh yeah, Rouge, so sexy, so smooth," and my grandfather heard that and says, "You gotta stop playing this game." And he couldn't really articulate
Really?
why. Yeah, he didn't like the hip hop, but mainly because he had heard the word sexy in there. But like, I'm a
That's
red guy
awesome.
flying around in a canyon. You know what I mean? So that's the
But
rhyme
Rouge
behind
though,
it. He did not see
she'll
Rouge the
awaken
Bat.
things.
Did not. It didn't awaken anything in me, because I thought it was kind of goofy. But I had Knuckles. Was opposed to her, so like I really was on Team
Mm.
Knuckles. You know what I mean? We're
Rouge
talking
for
about
life.
Elise. Elise. Uh,
I guess I'm gonna say D just because at least she looks human.
I guess true. There's a lot of I don't hate the
Because some of the
dress.
because some of the other people in that game are not well rendered at all.
Fair, fair.
So I feel like D. That's like my one up from E. Is
To
that
talk
reason? Is that
fashion a
she at
little
least?
bit, I didn't mean to
Mhm.
cut you off. I'm sorry. Our
Yeah, go
Discord, it
ahead.
often ends up like that. I like the kind of copper colored crossing X. I don't like the fact that she has a like short sleeves but then really long gloves. I don't really like that look. I would
You
just
don't
say
like them
have
princesses normally.
longer
Yeah.
longer sleeves that cover down. I don't really like it's weird. Um, and yeah, I guess I like the frills at the end of the dress. I feel like the
She needs
copper
Sonic's shoes.
probably. And she's got like some sort of feather thing in her hair. I guess that's
Yeah.
accessorizing.
But it looks
But
like something like in like sci-fi movies that they have so that they can like talk to each other.
communicate, sure.
Yeah, across the space.
And she's the reason why the world goes to shit. Just by
Yeah, it's
existing.
really all her fault.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm with you on a B. She's not boring.
No, D. D.
Oh, you said D?
Yeah, I said the reason she isn't E is because she looks human.
Oh, I'm on a different
I'm
page.
I'm bored. I'm bored. Just bored.
I would go
Boring.
as low as C. I don't necessarily think that she's like
All right, then I guess it's
all
C then.
that
That's the
bad.
rule.
You know what I mean? There's good things there. It's just good things on a boring like design of a person.
Guess
C.
it's C then.
All right.
By rule.
By rule. We're gonna see our next subject. Espio. Oh, that's really shitty. Espio the Chameleon. Also first appeared in Knuckles Chaotix. He also has that ring, and hey, he's actually holding it. Crazy. He got redesigned for Sonic Heroes and later, to be fair, but we're talking about first fits now. He looks a little stupid. Like he looks like he's angry and dumb. Maybe it's the way the cranium is shaped. Maybe it's the really thick eyebrow-like things that give him a caveman.
He looks like a bully, but like one of those
Like-
dumb ones. Like he's just like, you
Yeah.
ugly. That's why I'm beating you up.
And like
You know what I mean?
you notice he's got his arm sticking into his body, what looks like through like a weird mascot porthole, which is
I'm
weird.
telling you, I'm starting to believe that all these people aren't real.
I also hate his shoes. They look like what people think Kingdom Hearts
You don't
shoes
like-
look like.
I was gonna say I thought you would like that because you like
No.
the kind of, I guess, like loosely emo alternative belt buckle looking things. I like the colors.
them, but not on this. This is weird to me. It's just,
I don't know if I like his heart chest though.
oh yeah, you're right. He's got like, he's kind of got like titties, kind of there with how they've shaped
wonder-
his chest.
Maybe if he's a bully, maybe there's like a metaphor there that he actually has a big heart.
Maybe. I actually think he's not a bad
I do
guy.
like the
He
idea
looks-
though.
he
I like
looks
the
dumb
idea
to
though.
me.
He's like a chameleon dinosaur thing.
Yeah, you're right. He kind of has more of a triceratops without two of the horns type of head. Now,
Yeah,
I don't really know what
some
chameleons look like.
Some chameleons have the little horn on them. So I think
Yeah.
he's more chameleon than he is
How many of
dinosaur.
them are purple, though? I really shouldn't say
Not
that we have
many.
a blue hedgehog as a mascot, to be fair. I should probably take that back. But I don't like the shoes. The green spikes on the back feel like they're
The
there
green,
to
I think,
match the
works for his
shoes.
body, but yeah.
It's weird.
I like the idea of the colors. I just think this. I think they need to workshop this one more. I like where it's. I think this is a good like rough draft, but I
Yeah.
think they need to work out some more details.
We thinking D?
Yeah, I guess I was thinking either C or D, but I think D makes sense. I think there's more criticism.
He has
than there
work
is
to do.
positives. Not
Doesn't
saying he
have
can't
much
have a glow
going
up
for
though.
him.
Hey, some people can get really big glow ups. He can be an S tier by the end of
Yes, exactly.
end of his journey. Who knows?
Exactly. All right, now we have Fang the Sniper. Now, it's funny, when I was compiling all these images, was before Sonic Superstars trailer came out where he popped up at the end and was secretly in the beginning. And like I looked at him like, what games was he in? Because I only remember him from Sonic the Fighters, the arcade fighting game on the Virtua Fighter engine. He was in Sonic Triple Trouble on the Game Gear, and another like spin-off game of that era, like Sonic Drift, which was also a Game Gear racing game, and Sonic the Fighter. So yeah, he wasn't appearing in a playable capacity. He was like on a poster in Sonic Mania or whatever. So yeah, now I guess he is back in relevancy, and he has a similar design. At least we saw the pixel graphics to this one. I kind of like it. I like the belt and the hat.
Yeah.
I like his attitudey smile with the tooth sticking out. I think he's supposed to be a weasel. I like him. I actually don't mind the shoes.
They are a little bold, a little big. I think the brown. I don't know. I feel like something's missing with the shoes, but I really love this design. But there's two other things that are missing because they're definitely trying to do like the cowboy fastest hand in the West kind of look, right? He's missing his guns, and his shoes should have the
Spurs.
little spiky things. Yeah, the spurs. And maybe if you really want to go really ham with the Western, you add a little bit of
Facial hair.
some facial hair, like he shaved a couple weeks ago, and it's starting to grow
Well,
in.
now
a
to
little
be
bit.
fair, it kind of looks like he does, sort of, because if he's purple with the white, perhaps
I mean, I just want to physically see like
you want to see
little bit
stubble.
of-
Yeah.
want to see some stubble. Yeah, that was the word I was looking
Now,
for.
I know in Sonic the Fighters he does have a revolver. He's not holding it here.
because he has his hands prepared to grab his guns like a standoff, but there's
Yeah.
nothing there for him to grab. So I think that's missing, and I think
true.
the shoes need to be fixed. If anything, I feel like I don't mind the big shoes. I just think there's something missing, and I think it might be the spurs or maybe the bulge of the shoes are a little bit too much. Maybe you tone back a little bit, but
I like
overall,
the metal
this
on
is
the
cool.
Gloves. I like the metal on the gloves.
That's
I would
cool.
say
I
this
like
is
that.
maybe a B at the highest.
Yeah, it's almost an A. We're just missing those kind of small details to get to A or S
yeah.
tier.
All right, next up we have probably the most influential and important character in all of Sonic history.
Dude.
We have the gamer, the created character avatar from Sonic Forces. Now,
I mean,
I found this on Segabit's Twitter, but not by searching through their Twitter, because we follow them on Twitter, and they gave us some news. They gave us some Sonic Superstars news, or like nice information to that was bite sized. I just when trying to search Sonic Forces gamer hat, this popped up right away, and the caption, if I can find it, was oops, where is it? I got rid of it. Damn. The caption was like, if you're not wearing a gamer hat, can you really call yourself a gamer? And I feel like, when we played Sonic Forces together at my house, shortly-ish after the game came out, we made our avatar, and as soon as we saw that gamer hat, we threw it on him. Now, are there lots of kids unironically wanting to wear that hat? Yes.
what was funny I remember that night, we were like, oh, no one would ever wear like that IRL, like really. And then the next day, I remember we went and got coffee, and a kid walked in that had a shirt that said like I'm a gamer, and we were like, no, like that's when I'm like, we're in the Matrix, that something broke like there, and we weren't supposed to see that. But I don't know, S tier to me.
Same. I don't remember the character we made besides the fact that he wore a gamer hat. S tier.
I mean, the fact that you can make it whatever you want, you can make
and
it
you
into
can
your
make
own
him
S
a
tier.
gamer.
Yeah.
In a
so,
world
and
where
gamers are
Sonic
S
gets
tier.
tortured for 6 months on the moon, and the world is owned by giant robots and stuff, you can be a gamer and show it off with pride. Next up, we have E101 Gamma. Or maybe it's E102 Gamma. I don't remember. Gamma from Sonic Adventure. Now, this drawing goes hard.
The angle's a little interesting. I was not expecting this angle.
They decided they wanted to really make him look cool. That was the way. And, like, how do you make a very stiff robot look cool? You kind of lay his gun over the other arm and have it at a weird angle where he looks like he's kind of leaning and he's
posing.
vibing. Yeah, he's got that cool swag. Robots oftentimes get over-designed. Oh, you just add some tech trash around. That's the George Lucas Star Wars thing. Add some trash, some techy weird trash around, and you make it look very advanced. And Gamma kind of has that where, like, do they really need to have, like, the divots on the red on his arms, legs, and main chassis? I don't really think so. There's a lot of bolts around. Maybe they need them. Maybe they don't. I don't know.
He's one of the more detailed ones.
I like his gigantically long feet.
Yeah.
Like, they're really big. I think it's
also,
cool.
his eyes are green, and then on his feet he has a little green thing. So it makes me question if he can see from his eyes.
Maybe he can't. Yeah. And remember,
and then he has a predator. He has a predator gun too on his shoulder.
I think that might be like the aiming system. I don't remember. Because remember, you could like a Panzer Dragoon lock on, and
or it could be a predator gun. We can't rule it out.
Or yeah. And remember, he's like a little bird inside that. You know,
that I thought was actually pretty wild, but kind of cool. That was one of the few positive and sad.
Yeah.
I like a character who has a sad life. It's very inspirational.
I like his gun, how it has that kind of like loop thing that maybe you would hold or like loop a chain on or something like that.
Maybe some extra bullets.
Yeah,
on there.
I like that design. Again, he's got it for a hand. He's got 2 fingers and a thumb. That's all you really need, you know. Yoda.
And the colors very Evangelion too.
Yeah, kind of.
Because one of the Avas has the red and orange and black.
Yeah.
So that gives props for
more
me.
red than black for sure on the Eva. I struggle.
I feel like this is an A.
You think A?
I think I kind of agree with the like maybe there's a little bit too many details, and that's my only really critique. I like the color palette. I like the gun. And I liked his story, you know. Like I said, it was inspirational.
It was. You know, you've sold me. I was going to go B, but I think, by our rules, A's A. All right. Next, we have, talk about over-designed. We have Infinite Sonic Forces as villain. Now, I had to look on a fan wiki, to see what animal he's even supposed to be. Because I thought he was just supposed to be just a guy. He's a jackal. Like Anubis, the god of death, because he's a really bad guy or whatever. Infinite kind of sucks. Infinite to me, now I know Sonic Forces was like, you can make your own Sonic character. That's awesome for the people that really want to do that. I'm legitimately happy they got that chance to do so in an official capacity. Infinite looks like a very cringy OC. He looks like someone's like, I'm going to make my Sonic OC. And you see these OCs, and like I love that you're making them. Don't stop, you know. But you do see some of them that are like Mary sued in such a way where they're more powerful than Sonic and all his friends. Like they're just like the most awesome thing ever, and like that can be very boring. It's a fantasy fulfillment, and I don't want to take that away from young kids. But you do see a lot of those, and Infinite kind of feels to me like he's someone's OC. I mean, even the fact that he's got the cracked thing, and that's how he sees out, and he floats, and he's got like Greaves boots or whatever, night boots.
You're gonna get mad about this, but I don't think he's that far from Sephiroth.
We're gonna have a word. We're gonna have a word off camera.
I'm saying just design wise.
I'm not
with
happy
the silver,
with you right
the
now.
black, and the white. Isn't that not Sephiroth's
now.
colors? Is that not Sephiroth's?
Sephiroth has an open chest. Sephiroth has a giant ass sword.
He kind of has an open chest there.
Sephiroth
like
has a really long sword. Sephiroth has eyes you can get lost in. Sephiroth has a voice you can get lost in. Now, granted, we can't hear these
I'm talking-
characters. I'm really mad that you said that. We're not going to continue on the Sephiroth train here. Why don't you talk about why you like this character so much? Because if he compares to Sephiroth, then
I'm not
clearly
saying
you
I
like
love
him.
it.
Then clearly you like him.
I just think it's fine. I'm not like. I just think it just feels very like 2010s for me. I don't know what it is about it. I think it's the silver. I feel like silver was really in 2010. Like I think of like every Toyota on the road in 2010 was silver. That's the kind of silver I'm getting. If anything, he looks more silver than
Okay.
Silver the Hedgehog. But yeah, I'm just getting like definitely getting the villain vibes with the black and the silver. I kind of dig the shoes though. I feel like we need to kind of bring that gothic medieval back, like IRL. So I feel like he was kind of fashion forward, at least in that way. But a little bit too much silver. And yeah, I think there's a little bit too much going on with the face.
He's got like some weird white mohawk.
If anything,
thingy.
I think it'd be cool to have both his eyes be blacked out, or have them both be red. I think you gotta commit one or the other.
If they were both black, he'd be better. Yeah, and one of them's like a zigzag
'Cause
lightning bolt.
I
and
feel
then
like
the other
he'd
one's
look more like a
cracked
knight.
open.
You look more like a knight, and I think then the shoes would fit more if he had the black eyes.
Yeah. And if his gloves weren't just black latex and like were
Make them
actual gauntlets.
Like gauntlets. Yeah.
Yeah. He also looks like he has like bat ears. Oh my god!
might be a
And
bat.
look at the
Oh, no,
look
he's
at
a
the inside of
jackal.
the ears. One of them is black and then white, and the other one's white and then black. I hate this. I hate this. I'm willing to throw this down in E. Where
I
do
think
you
it's
want this?
I was gonna say like D. He has
All
work
right,
to
by
be
our
done.
rules, he's on D. Now, let's talk about someone that's cool. We have everyone's favorite Jet the Hawk from Sonic Riders. I played that game. I liked that game. It was hard. It was a racing game on hoverboards. As you can see, he brought his with him.
Does he speak, by the way? Just first question.
Does he what?
Does he speak
Yes.
like common English?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. I'm trying to visualize it. I feel like he's definitely like rah.
He is
No?
very cocky. Kind of looks like he's wearing 2 Apple Watches.
Honestly, that someone wearing 2 Apple Watches would be super douchey. But like I don't feel like I wouldn't be able to say anything to him because he probably like has a lot of money, and he probably would just dunk on me in some way.
I think his coloration is great. I like his shoes. His gloves could be simpler. I'm not gonna lie. And I like his goggles. I like that his feathers kind of maybe look like he has. I don't know. I always default to like dreads with how some of the Sonic characters have like their things, but it kind of
Right.
almost looks like I
Does
don't
he
know,
have
some
tattoos?
sort of headdress or something. Does he have
Is
tattoos?
that tattoos
Oh,
on his
yeah, look
wrists
on his
there?
arms. That is kind of cool. And I like the
I don't know any
wrinkle
other
on his
character or
shoe.
something like that.
Yeah. And his board, obviously, he matches his board.
Hmm.
His tail is 3 feathers.
My question is, so he surfs, right? Like the hoverboards?
They're hoverboards, but yeah.
Okay. Because I was gonna say, I feel like he wouldn't gel in the water very much. You know? Because he's a
True.
bird.
True. But it's a hoverboard. And they don't go on
Right,
the water.
so we're good there.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it could go in the water, but it would just hover. I think this is pretty cool. But I still feel like when I look at him, he's gonna like scrawl at me rather than speak to me.
I guess I kind of get that. I'm coming maybe because I've
Like he's
played
yelling at
the
me, and
game
I'm
know
like,
he's-
and then
he's
he'll
kind of a
he'll-
cocky
he would surf
asshole.
away.
Yeah. But we're talking about design. Also kind of looks like he has eyeliner or something.
That is cool, and that is cool. I respect that.
Yeah.
It goes hard. It works for him.
Yeah. I
He
would
does
like
have
to,
the hair on his chest too, just like Knuckles, which is interesting. I didn't know birds.
Well, they do have an
get hair.
undercoat of feathers, you know.
But it looks like so it makes me. Oh, maybe then Sonic has feathers or Knuckles rather.
Knuckles just has a weird U on his chest. It's weird.
Someone
I
has
I think
chest
this
hair.
design is an A,
I'm
but
fine
I'm
with that.
curious where you're at.
I
You
feel
think A as
I think
well?
it's A. The only thing I would say is like I wish his hoverboard was a little bit more less. It looks too bulky and almost like a turtle shell. Like it
Huh.
looks like he skinned a Teenage Mutant
I
Ninja
could
Turtle a
see
little
that
bit.
with the way the yellow lines are
Yeah.
segmented. I can see that. I can see that.
So I feel like I want it to be cleaner. Just give me like a green, like a gradient board or something. Make him look like the Silver Surfer with it, like getting like a gradient
Okay,
board.
fair enough.
You know what I mean?
Let's move on to Knuckles the Echidna as first seen in Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles. This is classic Knuckles design, and I like it. I feel like I complain and bitch about the shoes these characters wear because guess what? They don't really wear much else. Um, and like I've complained about over designing on the shoes and things that don't need to be there. Yes, it does kind of look like he's wearing bowling shoes, but I don't
Or clown
dislike
shoes.
them. You know, the actual is they're fit to his legs, like they actually fit around him.
You're like suction cup. They look actually like they're permanently on there. He couldn't take them off. Like they look like washers, or like foam washers that he couldn't.
Kind of, yeah,
Like they're
yeah.
but they're vacuum sealed. Like if he jumped in the water, his feet aren't getting wet.
And those shoes are glossy. You can tell by the white highlights, which means that
Yeah,
like
makes me.
they're definitely a like ceramic or something like bowling shoes.
I'm thinking like metal, like just
He has that
like they're
metal
just
placard
heavy
on top. You know what I mean? That metal like plate
to hold them
thing.
together. Maybe that's
Yeah.
how they got him
He ain't
on.
getting those off. Wow.
You know what I mean? I do like. I think aesthetically it looks cool though, but I'm worried about his comfort
And
a
Knuckles
little
is
bit.
just a G. You know, this was a design to make a cooler rival to Sonic. And I feel like, you know, we talk about like the Shadow the Hedgehog and all that. We're like, oh yeah, he's a cooler version of Sonic. But we got to remember, back in the day, this was the guy. I mean, that's what the Sonic movie 2 was pitching. You know what I mean? It was the Knuckles versus Sonic. And like we're talking about this design here, I still feel like you can see that. We dial back into the mid to early 90s, and like this is a cool guy. But you know, he's got that smile. He's not a bad guy. You know what I mean?
I'm just a little worried about. Not worried. I guess I should say. I just don't know if I'm concerned about his cheek there. It doesn't look natural. Like they
I think
tried
he's
too much
really
there.
trying to smile hard. You know, really impressed. Like I'm posing
Yeah.
for the camera. You know,
Yeah. And the other thing is I want to note is I think they missed an opportunity to put a star above his chest, like right above the U there, because
for
then he would
Pakistan
have the turkey.
or Turkey. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Because I
Yeah,
feel like
well,
they had an opportunity to make him a Turkish hero,
is that what they
which
wanted?
you don't
though?
see a lot. I mean, they made it like Sonic was supposed to be represent America, right? Like that's why they got the blue.
True.
So why can't
Well,
we do
then
one
the
for
red
Turkey?
with the with the white star would be more like China with the sickle almost. You know,
I think. I mean, when I always say I do think Turkey, I'm not even joking. Like because it's pretty close to their. It's like a half moon. It's like a crescent.
sure.
I don't know. I just feel like maybe it would have been cool to have a Turkish character in the Sonic universe.
I feel like this is also. I'm just gonna quickly segue away from that. I feel like this is the first instance where the gloves actually come into a bit of characterization that don't feel like they're just different white gloves. Like, yeah, they feel more like boxing gloves. They're more mitten-like, and they have the spikes. And
And we've
like,
asked the question in the past of whether or not he actually has spikes like on his actual hand, or if that's part of the glove.
and we submitted that for the Sonic Twitter takeover thing for the latest one, I think, or maybe I just
Yeah.
did on my own. I thought I remember we talked about that or whatever, and you know
Right.
they didn't answer that question. So Knuckles, I feel like, and maybe this might be controversial to the big Sonic heads, I think he's a B at the least.
Yeah. I feel like like I said, I like the color palette. I like a lot of the things, just details. We need to fix that up a little bit.
Yeah. I think he's solid, but he's simple. B. Now, everyone's favorite Sonic character is often not one you play as or see much in the main canon, but
I did not. See
everyone
her
has
for
to
some
start
reason.
somewhere. And, we have Maria Robotnik, which is supposed to be like Dr. Eggman's
Right.
grandma or cousin or second cousin. Sonic Adventure
I thought
2.
it was daughter. No.
No, not his daughter.
Oh,
Because
okay.
she's in the past. Remember, Shadow the Hedgehog was made in the past by Gerald Robotnik. I didn't put him in here. Fuck Gerald. I don't even know what he looks like. But Maria Robotnik was who Shadow was supposed to protect, remember? And he failed that. So, there's Maria Robotnik, and this is how she's drawn in the manual, or wherever I found this from. So, I will say it's that weird, bad video game damsel-like fit of just a blue dress with blue shoes.
And I kind of see her top there is very like Chun-Li, but not in a good way.
Yeah, you're right. I don't really
They're trying to have that like that like Latin look to it, or
yeah,
Latin whatever that word
I know
is,
what you
that type
mean.
of
I know what you
material. Yeah,
satin.
satin. Sorry, I'm
Not
thinking
really
of,
a fan of the very simple
languages.
skirt dress bottom thing. I don't know, whatever you would call this. I'm
Yeah.
a man that doesn't wear these, so I don't know. But it's almost too simple. Like, this was an easy thing to render, and that's why we're not going too crazy. Her shoes,
Right.
or flats, I guess these are flats. She's not in heels, at least, so
She's missing like Knuckles shoes or something. I think.
she needs Knuckles' shoes, and she'd win. I think she's extremely boring. I would put her down at D.
Yeah. At least she looks human, and I think it's always like the differentiator from E for me. Like if we know that she is a human and it doesn't look human, then that's an issue for the design.
True.
But yeah, D. Boring.
She's on par with Infinite. Everyone's favorite Sonic Wars character. Now we have Marine the Raccoon. Now she is from Sonic Rush Adventure. She's friends with Blaze the Cat, so I am told. I have not played that game either. I don't know her deal. She has tan gloves like Big the Cat. And
Was she in the
her name
Armed Forces?
is Marine, so maybe she does fishing stuff.
Was she in the Armed Forces?
Maybe, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's why she's called Marine.
I mean, like the gloves kind of give me like,
Army
like US,
fatigues.
like very like Desert Storm era
She was
Iraq War
Desert Storm.
gloves.
Oh, Marine the Raccoon. What did you do?
Marine the Raccoon has seen things, yes.
Yep.
What
Her and
is that? Her
Joel's
hair in
brother.
the back? What is?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of raccoons. I don't know what that is on a raccoon.
I think it's just supposed to be
Physically.
here. These Sonic characters have spikies. Like, I think
Right.
even Cream the Rabbit had weird spikies in the back of her head, like underneath.
The shoes, that orange there needs to be changed on the shoes because it makes it look like she's wearing like a weird sandal or like a slipper or something. Like it matches. Like it needs to be a different color, like that yellow or something.
I agree. And
Or
like,
the tan,
or black.
Just make her
even.
shoes tan and then give her an army outfit. And I think it would just really completely look.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I like the general. She has the raccoon stripes even up around her eyes, and I guess around like the tips of the weird pony pigtail things.
I just want to know why she's standing in this pose.
Because it's a cool pose, It's
Like I don't think I could even do that if I tried.
show me.
Like I can't bend. Like her knees her feet are forward, and I'm trying to like. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. That's not working for me. So I have a question about our articulation there, but
Fair enough.
but she's a Marine and I'm not, so maybe that's the
Fair.
difference.
I don't think it's bad. I think this design. I don't know actually how I want to put this. It's all over the place in ways I can't describe. Bail
Yeah,
me out
it's
here.
just
Give me a direction.
I'm feeling like D because there's just like color issues here with like the Desert Storm gloves and then like the orange green shoes. Could even gone black on the shoes too to match the pants.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think this is a work in progress again. Where I think
And I don't
like
think she appeared
maybe
anywhere else, so
yeah.
I would
D.
go with D if you are.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry. Sorry,
Now,
Marie. I
now
don't
we
support the
have
troops, I guess.
you know who doesn't support the troops, Devin? That's my segue, I'm sorry. Metal Sonic, as seen in the Sonic CD manual. Metal Sonic. He's made of metal. Now, I love this render because it looks like it was made with extremely early 3D rendering software.
Illustrator 0.1.
It's made with something, and it looks 90s futuristic compared to the attempts at cartoony and lifelike animals.
It has like
of
a
the
magazine look to it
others.
almost.
Yeah.
Like this is for print only look.
Yeah. Now, granted, this was in
I
a
dig
manual, so it was, and like I like how just bright and abrasive the shoes colors are.
The eyes, his eye is cool. I love that red just line.
Yep. The polygonal
circle.
center of his chassis. I love his arms. I love his hands. I love how his ears just look like they're just tacked on. I love the sleekness of the spikes, how it's just like, just swoops back.
Looks like it would cut you. It would cut you.
Yeah. And his hands would stab straight through your chest. Same with his nose. Yeah.
Is this S?
I didn't want to say it because I don't want to feel like I'm being hyperbolic, but yeah, this is like it's
I think
very.
so.
You try making
I mean,
a
look at our
robot
other S
version of
tiers.
your main character. Do it. I saw them make Robot Ryu for the Exoprimal crossover with Street Fighter 6. Robot Ryu looks bad. Robot Guile looks bad. Robot Sonic looks rad. Not bad,
Yeah.
rad. And that's what S rank is all about. Metal Sonic is on par with the gamer. Next up, everyone's favorite, Mike Myers voicing Ray the Armadillo.
That's right.
Remember we casted him. Now,
Yeah.
this rendering is of him in Knuckles Chaotix, although I believe he first appeared in Sega Sonic the Hedgehog, which was an arcade-only weird game.
Looks like he's trying to throw it like a frisbee, that ring. Like he's about to chuck it.
I think
You know
like
what I mean?
electric tethers come out of them in that game. I never played it. Probably should. Maybe that'd be a fun stream idea to do one day. Play through.
What is
a
he?
game like
What
that.
is he again?
He's an armadillo.
Okay. I see him as like a weird like pill bug, the little potato
Yeah.
bug things.
Because he doesn't have like the plating ridges of an armadillo shell.
No, he looks like he has like a weird Laffy Taffy covering. That nose
Ew.
though is pretty menacing. Though
It is. It's weird how his right hand's the one not holding the ring. The glove has this really puffy cuff around it, while the other one doesn't necessarily look like it has it. His leg also goes into his shoe and just disappears into white.
perhaps, well, maybe he doesn't have feet. And it's just like connected, like it's physical. I don't like this honestly. It's weird.
I'm willing to throw it down an E, to be honest. I don't like
Yeah.
his ears. They look like weird bug.
Once again, it has that
things.
Sonic look though too. Like it's like Sonic dressed up as something.
Yeah.
You know.
We avoid that with
Yeah.
Knuckles. We avoid that with Amy. Even though Amy is pink, we avoid that with Amy, which feels weird to say. We avoid that with Fang the Sniper. We avoid that with Espio the Chameleon. I think he goes along with his other Sonic lookalike, Charmy B, down in E.
Yeah. Yeah. There has been one that I've been like, wow, okay, yeah, he has Sonic's face, but he's cool.
Yeah. Speaking about a lookalike, we have E123 Omega from Sonic Heroes and onwards. He was in Sonic 06 as well. Now, there are pros and cons here. I like the simpler, flatter, glossier chassis idea stuff. However, does he need to have spikes along his yellow cuff thing?
I was gonna say I love his arms actually. I love those claws. I love the
All right, sell me on it.
bracelets. It makes him look scarier. Makes him look more like he's meant to fuck you up. You know what I mean? But I don't like his middle section, I guess. Like I don't mind the big chest, but then like it's too busy in the middle after that.
Yeah, are we supposed to be able
Going
to
to
see
his-
inside? I can't tell.
Yeah, I don't know. He has the green feet this time, but then his eyes are red.
Yeah.
I like the Omega symbol because it's in the name. It's fine. It's like a tattoo kind of thing.
Yeah.
I do like the little
Actu-
arrow on his wrist as well.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know what that means, but yeah, I feel like the middle part just needs to be cleaned up for me.
I like the red handle thing on his shoulder pauldron thing. Actually don't mind that. His legs look too stubby. And I don't like you say he's menacing. I feel like I could maybe run faster than him. Now he has a jetpack, so obviously I couldn't. But I feel like I could run faster than him, even though he's
He's
a
like the
robot.
Terminator though to me. Like he'll find you because that's what wasn't that his thing where it's like he'll eventually find you. He'll complete his mission.
I don't remember, dude.
I thought that's
I
what he
liked
was trying to go
Gamma
find.
more.
He was supposed to go find Sonic or something.
Oh, Shadow
If I
in
remember
Sonic
correctly.
06. Yeah. Yeah. Huh. I go back and forth.
I
It
feel
kind
like
of looks
for-
like he has a plate skirt on, you know?
Yeah, I don't mind it, but I just don't think the execution's there.
Yeah.
But let's do.
We're-
I'm fine with like C.
I was kind of thinking the same thing. I'm going to do it
Pop
again.
him there.
I'm going to say the same segue. We're going to see our next character. Everyone's favorite tutorialist, Oma Chow. First seen in Sonic Adventure 2. Oma Chow, I loved his voice, but we're only talking about design. He's a little robot meant to look like a Chow. He has a propeller on his head. He flies around like that. Now, I could not find a render. Yet, somehow, this in-game graphic version was probably... I looked through the instruction manual in the North American instruction manual for Sonic Adventure 2 on Dreamcast, and I could not find him. But yet this does have that print quality look to it, so this might have been ripped out of some print somewhere. Maybe in the Japanese instruction manual had it. I don't know. I feel like he also has like the winding wind-up toy thing on the back.
Yeah.
Remember?
And he has a spinning helicopter blade to make him hover.
Yeah. Where do
His
you
eyes
think
are his eyes are kind of cool, but I think there needs to be like an outline because it kind of looks like they're stamped on there rather than part of his like machinery.
Right.
I like his mouth. I like how they give him a belly.
Like a
You know,
Chow.
he's he's a robot. You know what I mean? They could have made him more boxy, and they're like, no, he's gonna have. We're gonna take the time to bend the metal.
He's got a tum.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't like the hands or feet though. I don't know. They're too basic.
Yeah. Well, again, he's meant to look like a regular Chow. But I don't think he's all that crazy. And future versions of him look a little bit more toy-like, and more friendly, if that means something.
Yeah, he looks a little more soulless here.
Yeah. Where are you thinking?
Like D. I feel like because
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. D.
he's not great, but he's not awful.
Now, Orbot. There we had Qbot. Now we have Orbot. Same appearances as Qbot. Although apparently in Sonic Unleashed there was a different coloration of a robot that looked like him. I don't know if it's the same guy or not. I played through Sonic Unleashed's story once, and that was over a decade ago, almost 2. So I kind of like his design a little bit more than Qbot. Maybe it's just because I feel like the circular orbital stylings of this type of robot make a bit more sense. He could roll around when some completely in Pokeball looking form. I also think that he has that kind of like mouth teeth type of look with the lights. I don't remember if like the head
It's
moves up
fully
and
around.
down. Yeah, I don't know.
He's giving me like a sarcastic kind of look right here. Like if I like made fun of him, that's the face he would make.
Yeah.
Be like, "Oh, really?"
Also, it looks like if you were
You
to
know what I
try
mean?
to snap his neck, his head could just spin right around, no problem.
Yeah, he couldn't. Well, maybe that was a design choice by Eggman because maybe what's his name kept trying to take his head off, so he
Yeah.
made it so you couldn't.
And speaking about design choices, it even looks like you can see how he folds in to fit. You can kind of see how like the metal pipe folds into his chest and fits in there.
Mm-hmm. Or like his gloves. They give me more of like an animatronic material.
They're very rubbery
They're not
looking, yeah.
they're not just metal hands like we've seen with the other robots.
Yeah.
I say B. I kind of like
He's
this.
definitely better than Qbot. And yeah, B would be, I think, in that area. Perfect. He is on par with Knuckles the Echidna. They are of equal drip.
Stature.
Now we have
Equal
Ray the Flying Squirrel. I could not find an art render from Sega Sonic the Hedgehog, so I had to find this running sprite.
I thought it
that
was
runs towards the
supersonic,
camera.
to be honest.
Does kind of look. Now you mentioned like, oh, this guy's just Sonic, but wearing different clothes. This guy's just Sonic, but his hair looks weird. Ray the Flying Squirrel looks like the How to Draw a Sonic OC Classic Edition. Now, don't put anything on the basic circular head and circular body design. He has a tail and tiny ears, and that's it. And he looks so basic and boring that way.
This could be Sonic. Like
With
straight
a
up.
haircut.
Supersonic with a haircut.
And look at his shoes.
Or he's running so fast his quills are behind his head so you can't see him.
Yeah. He's wearing Sonic shoes. He's got Sonic's nose.
This is like when Mario, gets his power ups and he turns into like a raccoon. Like same equivalent with Sonic with all these. I just don't,
Yeah.
but not in a good way. This is E for me.
I was just about to say that. He's an E. Next up, I think we're both in agreement. Rouge the Bat is an S rank.
Yeah, I mean, there's no question. I mean, literally the most perfectly designed character in the Sonic universe. Obvious sex appeal. She's a little bit of goth in her with the bat wings, but she got, some of the, Victoria's Secret energy as well. So like what, and her eyeliner and everything, it's just,
I can
you know
see
what I
that.
mean? And she's just cool. Like, I mean, there's no negatives you could ever say about Rouge the Bat, in my opinion.
I agree. And she actually has bat wings. Like,
Yeah, she's an actual bat. You know what I mean?
yeah, Rouge the Bat.
And I love her hair.
Oh yeah,
Kinda just
yeah.
Shortcut.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Perfect design. Okay, S rank. Moving on. We have Sage, the Sage from Sonic
Sage.
Frontiers.
Sage the Sage. I mean, I liked Sage actually, kind of in the game.
I did too. She was
kinda
looking
cool.
out for her dad.
She's an
and-
AI.
Yep. Here's my thing. Her design is very simple. Little girl, black dress, white hair. The hair is short. However, I do like the fact that the hair kind of swoops up into a swirl. And
It's
then we
anime.
obviously have the weird glitchiness. I have a feeling, though, in a future sequel, she's not going to have this, because this was like corruption affecting her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 'cause she's not corrupted no more.
Right. I think she even turns green, right, at the end instead, like
blue
instead
or
of the
something.
red.
I don't know, different
I don't know.
color.
It's been a year. It hasn't been a year, but it felt like it's been a year. We platinumed that game and then moved the fuck on.
She's a better version of the red girl from the Resident Evil movies.
Definitely. I mean, she has a personality and a
Y'all
somewhat
gonna die down
sympathetic-
here.
Yes. Remember when they brought the red girl from the Resident Evil movie back just so that there could be some sort of twist to the fifth movie? Oh, it's the red girl.
Yeah.
She's back. And I was modeled after you. Oh, great.
I was modeled after you. Sonic, you're going to die down here.
I think she's a B. It's easy to go complex and have that be good, but it's also hard to go simple and be bad. And that actually means the same thing.
I just wish her like dress thing, I guess, has had something else to it. That's my only critique, really.
I think she's a
I'm
B.
fine going. I think B is fine.
I think she's a B. Now, oh boy, y'all ain't ready for this. Coolest motherfucker in all of Sonic history, Shadow the Hedgehog. Now, Shadow, he's cool.
Mm-hmm.
We like Shadow the Hedgehog. I feel like his shoes rock. Because remember, he uses them to skate. I feel like what they did with his hedgehog quill spiky things is cool and great. Not even just the fact that they bend up, but that there's a red on it.
He uses some sort of gel for sure.
His gloves match his shoes. The collars match the shoes. I think it is really good.
Mm-hmm. He does have the feather chest hair, too. That's who I was thinking of earlier.
Yep. And he's mean.
So he has feathers.
But he's misunderstood. Which I guess I like.
He's the kid in school. Like, he always gave me this vibe. He's the kid in school who, like, doesn't really talk to anybody. And if you do talk to him, he's like, I don't care. Or homework's dumb. But if the bully started picking on you, he might step in. He'd beat their ass. But then he'd be like, don't even thank me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he just still...
It was nothing.
Yeah.
And just walk off.
Yeah. I don't know why he always gives me that vibe, but I think it's because he's, marketed for kids. That's where my brain goes. It's right. He gives me that aura of like, and he gives me that aura with Sonic too, where he's like, at first he doesn't like Sonic because he's the ultimate life form, but then like later on in the games, he's like, every time he helps Sonic, I feel like he always pretends he doesn't care.
Begrudgingly,
Yeah. I mean, this is S tier to me.
I have never been more in sync with you in my life, besides maybe Rouge the Bat. He is S tier for sure. I mean,
like, Rouge is like 1.1, Shadow 1.2. You know what I mean? Like, that's the difference.
Sure. Well, 1.2 is better than 1.1. Oh, we're talking about like ordering. So, okay, that's fair.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, I would love to put our next contestant, Silver the Hedgehog, in F, just to do a polar opposite. But I don't think he's that bad. I don't like his forward hair spiky things. I think his shoes are over-designed. I don't mind the gloves and how they're kind of in with the telekinesis type of thing.
Yeah.
He's just so mean, though, and angsty. And he sounds... Like, I don't like his shoes feel more like boots. Like,
Yeah, I think his feet need to be redone. His shoes. I actually don't mind the head crest. I feel like that kind of differentiates him a little bit from the other hogs.
Which they obviously wanted to make sure that they did. You know what I mean?
He gives me more of an anime vibe in that way.
For sure. For sure.
For me,
oh man. For you,
I'm feeling either B or C.
I was going with C or D.
Let's just meet in the middle then. Let's go with C, I think.
Fair enough. Now. We have Sonic the Hedgehog. The man, the myth, the legend.
And we've talked about it.
Classic Sonic.
We love short design. Sonic. Yeah, classic Sonic.
I've thought about in the past of Sonic 1 on the Mega Drive in Japan.
Yeah. I've thought about, like, if I ever got a Sonic tattoo, like, what kind of Sonic would I get? And it's always, this is the first one that comes to my head.
Sonic in some capacity. Would you get this exact kind of picture as a tattoo?
Wouldn't be against it. Maybe I wouldn't add some, maybe, like, a differentiation from it, so it's not, because I'm sure a lot of other people have this one. Try to make it a little bit unique.
You don't want just to have a Triforce tattoo? Like so many people do?
No. But I remember a while back we talked about my idea of doing Sonic doing the Ben Affleck meme. And that's what I'm really like of Ben Affleck outside smoking a cigarette,
being
looking.
so tired as fuck.
But I want Sonic in that pose with holding a cigarette and having
this
some
version.
stuttle. Yeah. Because I like the idea of like Sonic, like long term, that he'd just be so tired of fucking Eggman. Actually,
He'd just be so
like
tired
that
of
cockiness, and
He's just tired of
I mean, this design, I definitely fucks. That's for
the
sure.
girls mock him and they say, "You gotta go fast, don't you?" You know.
Yeah, yeah.
No. Kidding aside, this legitimately is a very, very, very good character design, an animal character design. Even we all know the Felix the cat head on like the Mickey Mouse body type thing, but like, who gives a shit? This is awesome. This is an S rank to me as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say like, I actually like. I know we're the Sonic movie show, so whatever. But to me like better than like Mario. To my personal opinion, in terms of just like at least this design better than any Mario design in my opinion. I know I'm crazy. The haters are gonna hate me.
I don't have a strong argument. Well, I can't argue against your own feelings, but you know what I mean. I don't know if I could strongly disagree with mine, because I really like this design. This is an S rank.
He slaps.
Yeah, that's an S rank. Now we have Storm the Albatross, one of Jet the Hawk's riding friends.
Clearly,
He
he has
also
tattoos
has the
too.
tats. Yeah. His feathers come out.
Okay, I'm starting
big
to think they're trying to do like some
Tribal?
Hawaiian
yeah.
tribal
'Cause he's got,
vibe
like,
to
the
it, which I don't know
necklace
if
thing.
I don't know. Once again, his surfboard looks like a weird. Just doesn't look right.
It's the weakest of the three wave three.
It looks like Big the
hoverboards.
Cat, but bird to me.
He
That's the vibe
doesn't
I'm
get
getting.
much of representation in other Sonic media after Sonic Riders, I don't think.
He also looks like he would scrawl at me. He looks a little coked out too. His eyes.
Because his eyes, yeah. I like his
Yeah.
big ass gloves though. They feel like they're felty. You know what I mean? You ever get like those like craftsman work gloves that are that dark tan? that
Yeah,
have
if he had
little
like
bit
a
of
wrench or
felt?
something, I feel like that would complete the look more than a surfboard.
He doesn't look like he goes very fast on that thing. And
No.
I don't mean to, weight shame, because I'm sure a lot of that is muscle. And then that's the opposite of weight shaming. It's weight envy. You know
He's
what I
big
mean?
boned,
Yeah.
That's what they say, right?
But yeah, I'm not as thrilled at. He's definitely not up there with Jet the Hawk. I would say C or D.
I'm
for me
saying D,
personally.
but if you want to go C, that's fine. That's the rule.
I'm not really that strong on it. D it is.
Okay.
Now you know who has a gigantic D? Miles Tails Prower. You like that segue, didn't you? Tails the Fox.
I mean, that's why Sonic said. "Hey, nice cock." That's a callback to like episode 10 of the Sonic movie show.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Real
This
Sonic
is him
quote.
on the box art of Sonic 2 for the Sega Mega Drive in Japan. So he's got a little bit more orangey than the yellow normal hue we see in later iterations.
I'm Team Orange though. Foxes are orange in real life, so
That's true. Hedgehogs aren't blue in real life, but to be fair,
we keep forgetting that. That's right.
yeah. I don't think the coloration matters. In fact, we want more variety, so it's easier to differentiate these guys. I think this design is an A. I don't really have much
I don't know
else
how
to
I
say.
feel about the bracelets on the gloves, because the bracelets look like they're trying to hold the gloves on. When we've seen other characters that the gloves just fit. I like the hair though. The chest hair kind of goes hard. Shoes are a little too pointy for me. I feel like Tails has to have smaller feet.
But he doesn't run all
'cause-
that much. He flies with this.
Exactly. So there's no need to have bigger feet. Be weighting you down. Like I'm just saying, like evolutionary. Like I'm assuming he
Sure.
evolved to this point.
Well, he
so it
evolved to
doesn't
having two tails.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I
his,
think
maybe
A is
his kids
good.
will have smaller feet. You know what I mean?
Potentially.
One step at a
Potentially.
time. You say A,
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Still classic though. Still
A it
classic.
is. Next up, we have Vector the Crocodile, as seen in Knuckles Chaotix. Now, this character had a major redesign in Sonic Heroes, but that ain't what we're talking about. We're talking about this weird as fuck mid 90s cool design. Those are headphones he's wearing, by the way.
Yeah,
He's got his
he's
cassette
listening
player.
to something.
Yeah.
I like his belt that matches with his scales,
Yeah.
kind of.
I hate his shoes so much.
Shoes are.
They look
He
like
should definitely be wearing like
Christmas
Jordans.
slippers.
He should be wearing Jordans or something.
He needs basketball sneakers for sure. Now maybe it's just because he's tall and lengthy, but he needs basketball sneakers.
I
Now,
just think it would
unlike-
fit his aesthetic more, like being like a
Yeah,
music head. Yeah.
yeah. Now, unlike SPO the Chameleon, I actually do like the kind of spikes going down his back of his spine onto his tail. And he's holding a ring properly, so he's got that going.
He's honestly what Gex wishes he was.
For him. Ooh, that's harsh.
I'm just being real. Gex is like, I'm a secret agent spy. Who cares? I listen to music.
Gex watches TV.
Right.
Ooh.
I dig this a lot. I like his little fangs too in the front.
I really don't like this. But
Really? Oh, is this our first like
like
dividing factor? Hey, we've got pretty far if that's the case.
I
That's
want to
pretty
throw
good.
this down in E, to be honest. But like
See, I was like B. It's 90s as hell.
wow.
It's 90. If you're just embrace the 90s. The only negative for me is the shoes. Take away the shoes.
The shoes are a giant negative though. I don't like his weird furry belt. I don't like his headphones.
I mean,
He's
that's
got
probably
some
like the only.
weird armpit indent and some weird shoulder over
Yeah,
bulge.
yeah. It's weird. That's why I like it, I think. I was gonna put it at B. You said
I said E.
so. Where would the middle be? Like
In between C and
C-ish?
B.
let's look at our other people.
Okay.
Is he better than most of the D section or most of the C section? Like just looking at him.
I don't think
You
he's
want to
better
put this.
than
You
Big
want
the
to put them
Cat.
below. You want to put this in below a human, a boring ass
Yes.
human. You want to put.
Yes. Yes, I do. I will go to D. I don't know if I can go up to C.
Fine.
I'm sorry. I just don't like this man.
I get it. You just don't like crocodiles. So, racist. So.
Next up, we have Wave the Swallow. She's one of Jet and Storm's friends.
Once again, flame tattoos. But then
And
flame
she also
pants.
has it on her pants. Now, she looks to me like that late 90s, early 2000s R&B star
right.
on MTV. With
She
the way
looks like
those
she,
pants are, with the way she has kind of like the scarf or whatever on her head. Her board looks the best out of the three.
Yeah, I was gonna say the board looks a little bit better. It has more of a shape to it that
Her
looks like
shoes
it
aren't
would be a board.
ridiculous. I can see her actually using
They
those
clash.
shoes
I
to
think they clash
ride.
though.
Yeah, 'cause she has a lot of
I don't-
purple and white, and then she has red on those shoes. But she has red on
Like
the.
I see the gloves a little bit in the necklace, but I just think they're a little too bold. I think they need to be like black or just stick with the even like white shoes would have been cool, I think, or yellow. I don't know, just red ain't it. I don't know.
I think she's a B though. Also looks like she has.
I'm just
maybe
gonna say what you
piercings.
said. The shoes are that bad.
Fuck off. All right, where do you put it then?
Oh, I was just gonna say. And I was feeling like D or C, but I don't know. I'm just kind of like, whatever.
I think it's much better than Storm the Albatross, which we have as at a D. So at the very least a C, I would say.
I kind of put her in the same category as Storm.
Really? I think she's better than that. She has more going on than he does.
I just don't even like that we put Elise at C. The more I look at it, 'cause I'm like,
Do we want to revise it? Where do you think Elise goes? D?
I think I said earlier like E or D. I don't remember.
We'll put
I'll put her at C if we.
and we'll move
Yeah.
Elise down to D.
That makes me feel better. Yes.
E, L, and E, S. So she goes there. Okay. Next up, we have 6 fucks from Sonic Lost World.
Oh my god.
This guy's name's Zavik.
Oh, they're all Z's.
They're all starting with fucking
Zavik,
Z.
Zaz, Xena, Zik, Zamum, Zor.
Yeah, how are you seeing these? Oh, because the file names. Yeah.
Yeah.
Zavik.
He looks
I
like
think
a Pokemon
all of these designs
that
are
like
bad.
Illumination would make. Illumination Pokemon. This.
This is the Pokemon game.
He's the
Minions will be
villain.
Playing.
He's the villain in the Minions right here.
Yeah. Ooh.
Am I wrong?
I don't like him.
But I do like the colors. I do like the teal with the red and the black. I'm a big fan of that kind of aqua teal there. So I like the colors, and I like the gauntlets. Very metal, but he just feels like he doesn't feel like he's in Sonic.
Body shape is boring.
If he was in Pokemon, I'd be like, cool, whatever. But this isn't Pokemon, you know?
You're right.
So but I think he's like designed generally well, if that makes sense. Just doesn't, I don't think he fits with the Sonic.
No, none of them do. I would like to say D, but if you're making an argument for higher.
I think D. I want to put him at C or B, but it's just something's not right, you know? And I think it's just the vibe check.
Next up, we have Zaz. Worse. He's got that punk look to him, but it's bad. This is like
Splatoon colors, yeah.
This is like, oh, we're making a punk, but the idea is to mock the aesthetic and I vibe of punk.
Oh, you liked
You know what I
Invader
mean?
Zim? Well,
Oh,
we made
yeah,
this.
Here you go. Here's your guy, and it's like, I don't like this at all. He's got a tongue. He's like, really,
Or Courage the Cowardly Dog? Well,
kind of. I don't like his feet.
he's trying to be almost like an imp, I feel like. That's the kind of, I'm assuming, because you have the Zavik is like a Satan, and then you have. So I know what they're trying to do, but like I said, it just feels like Illumination or like an animated movie character, which I think they'd be fine in that world, but not in Sonic.
I think he's an E.
So, yeah, unfortunately.
Now,
Sorry.
we have
Zaz.
Xena. I just want to make one point out. This is the only female of these villains from Sonic Lost World. And they're like, we have a bunch of characters that start with the letter Z for names. What's the girl one going to be? What would be a feminine Z name? Oh, remember that old TV show or movie or whatever it was, Princess Warrior Xena? That was with an X. Pronounce it with the Z. That's my theory on the name. That being said, she's better than the other two. The one horn is weird. The hair I
It's
like.
interesting. The hair is well designed, that it has
She have a
that gloss
beak?
to it.
Looks like she has a beak.
I think she's a bird. No? Well, she's a tail, so.
I think these are
weird
just supposed to
imp
be
thing, I think, again.
monsters, like,
Right.
and that's why they stand out weirdly against the Sonic characters, because besides humans, there are other and robots. There are other anthropomorphic, things, or like the villains are monstrosities. You know what I mean? These are a weird thing of like, they are like Illumination Pokemon. Like this one probably has a job. The other two don't. But
Yeah. Like I like this design once again, but not for not in the Sonic world.
yeah.
Like if we were like the content creation team or whatever, the producers of we're making a Sonic movie or something. We were working with Illumination. They came up with this. I'd be like, no, you missed the mark here.
Yeah.
'Cause they're all well designed, I think. But they're not. They don't fit with Sonic.
They feel very off. Granted, I
Yeah.
didn't play this game, Sonic Lost World. You didn't either. I don't know. Maybe
I think
it's supposed to be alien and weird.
I will say a D though, just because I think I want to give credit for it being designed well.
Sounds good. Xena,
So.
is a D. Now we have Master Zik. I hate this guy.
This is a knockoff of the dude from
Kung Fu Panda?
Kung Fu Panda, where like he's a short old guy with the long beard who has a stick. I literally think in Kung Fu Panda, wasn't there a dude like that?
I think he was a
Uh,
turtle. I don't remember.
there was a turtle,
But
but there was someone else too.
oh,
There was
fair.
the
Oh
raccoon
yeah, yeah,
thing,
yeah, yeah,
whatever.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right. The turtle was the guy you're describing's master, and then the guy you're describing was Jack Black's master.
Right.
I
I hate it.
listen. We have 3 more designs. I think they are all F. I think this guy is really, really atrocious. I think
It's not good.
Zomo is
It's a
very
mom, whatever.
atrocious. Oh, he has a mom.
He looks dumb. Like they make him look like he just I
And
eat
Zor
everything.
is ugly and creepy, and I don't like them.
And it has the blue rose, which gives me like a weird romantic intention. You know what I mean? Like a
This is
weird
just an incel.
insidious.
Creepy incel. So
I mean, we don't
Mom,
have anything in the F tier,
sick.
so I think it'd be just funny to have the last 3 be enough.
Fuck it. And fuck these guys. There we go.
Sorry
Wow,
to whoever
we did
designed
it.
them, but
We did it. Best Sonic people ever? Not these last 3 guys.
that's for sure.
Yep. So let's take a look at our list right now. We have 7 people in the S tier, and I still stand by
It's pretty
them.
good.
I'm actually surprised
Yeah.
we don't have more people in the A tier, to be honest.
And I
But
guess we
our-
could have always knocked down Blaze or something, but like I'd rather give more appreciation than less. I'm not going to be that critical or that like strict with the S tier. It's not as fun then. Cuz
Yeah.
like yeah, if I was going to be like S tier of the S tier, it's Rouge the Bat
I mean, obviously. And the gamer.
and everyone else and the gamer, right?
You're gonna be so mad. I'm gonna have as the thumbnail.
People are going to know the fuck that
I'm gonna
is.
have as the. I'm gonna reorganize this for the thumbnail, and I have the only 2 S being the gamer and Rouge, and have like Sonic down at sea or something. You know what I mean? This is gonna be fun.
Or even like
But,
the thumbnail, because I know it's like the emerald, right? You just have like a collage of just Rouge and the gamer, and be like ranking Sonic characters, and then people are like, "Why'd they pick these 2?" Like you think it'd be Sonic and Tails, right? As the
Yeah,
obvious
yeah,
thumbnail,
yeah,
but it's
yeah.
just gamer boy and Rouge the Bat.
They're the perfect couple. Okay, well,
Yeah.
this was interesting.
Well, because it's me and Rouge. That's why. 'Cause I make
right, of course,
the
of course,
perfect
of
couple,
course,
of course. Yeah.
of course. You know, you're a mountain. And,
Right,
You know,
right.
that's why you were the mountain at. Let us know what you think about this list. Now, you can follow us on Twitter at Sonic Movie Show. Reply to whatever tweet you're seeing a clip of this from. That wouldn't make sense because you're not, unless you clip this, Devin. I don't think you're gonna. But
No.
just reply to Twitter what you think about this list. Where would you put some of these? Would you reorganize some of these? Do you kind of agree with us on at least the F tier? Do you think we were too hard on some characters like Chip or like Chaos? Are you pro Infinite? Are you anti Blaze? Do you think this list is invalid because we used a created character with this just blue with the gamer hat and put him S tier? Screw you. Don't reply if you think that. Is there anyone we missed? There are characters we missed, but is there anyone you think is important that's a video game Sonic character that we
Shit.
missed?
There's one we missed. The president.
Sonic Adventure 2? Fuck. We'll have to do another list.
We'll have to do another list.
We'll have to do another list in the future of extended Sonic characters. I'm going to hit save on this one, and then I think it saves as a PNG. But yes, wow, what an episode. Again, folks, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and the like at Sonic Movie Show. If you type in youtube.com/at Sonic Movie Show, you find our YouTube page. Hit like, subscribe. There's a bell there. You click it. It doesn't ring, but everyone likes to say you ring the bell by doing it. So participate in the role play and ring that bell. Let us know in the comments below if you believed that our list is fair and accurate. If you think that our bit on I almost said Sonic the Bat, Rouge the Hedgehog is a bit, because it's not. It's real. It's real. And if there's any other characters or other lists in Sonic Universe that you think we should do, let us know, because this was kind of fun. Maybe we'll do one of these in the future, because we have to put the president somewhere. I'm on Twitter at Ethan Absolutely. Devin's on Twitter at Persona Fun. We'll see you next time, gamers.